Hello, hello. How's everyone doing? Hey, Michael. 3 more days, Michael. 3 more days. Look at this. I'm looking old. I'm looking like I'm in the forest. Good Lord. All that gray. Gandalf has nothing. Nothing on me. Man, look at this. Holy moly. But anyway. This is not about vanity. This is about November. So yeah, so 3 more days to go. And I'll be able to... Grandpa Moon. Yeah, right? Hey, what are you talking about? Eh? Are you calling me Grandpa Moon or something? Eh? Yeah, well... It's one of those tangs. Eh? What you mean? This thing working? Me? Can you guys see me okay? How's my audio and video? Is it okay? Can you see me okay? Hey? There's a little bit of Yoda in there, I think, too. Do or do not? There is no try. But yeah. And thank you so much for the love. I appreciate it. I do. And this is episode 98. Almost episode 100. We're coming up on the centennial, right? That's centennial, right? Yeah, centennial issue. The centennial edition. The 100th episode. Dum dum dum. What? Is this too close? Am I getting too personal? Is this too close? That's when you are invading someone's space. When you do this stuff. Hi. How are you? Yes, I know, right? I know, it's ridiculous. It's part of my job to be informative yet ridiculous sometimes. Sometimes that's the way to go. Is being ridiculous. Sometimes ridiculous is a good thing. In a world where ridicularity is important, welcome to Insight with Moonshadow. Yes. But yeah, we'll give it a little longer so people can come in. I apologize for being later than usual. I am working on getting back some kind of control to the insanity of this show to be able to be back on a regular standard operating time and all that. So we're looking towards doing that, and we're so much closer. There's a post which is a survey number 2, or 2, which we posted for merch. So we're that much closer. We're that much closer to getting towards Insight with Moonshadow merchandise in a world where hoodies have a logo and a saying and a tagline, where you too can show support to the show Insight with Moonshadow. Yeah. But anyway, I know I'm being a little silly. Maybe it was because it's too much sleep during Thanksgiving. Maybe that's what it was. And now back to not enough again. So that's usually how it works. Yep. Let me see. Turn on that sound. All right. I think that's better. All right. I think that's better. Tanks, that's better. Yes. But yeah. So it's always a pleasure having you all here. Links in the description. You may need to refresh your page if it is not there. I don't need it because I am in front of the camera right now. But I did check and approve the survey, even though I did not fill out the survey. I'm a little biased. Because this was kind of built around what Team Insight or Team Moonsight, the Moonsighters, the Moonlighters, we're still working on that. Hopefully by the 100th episode we'll have that too. A name for y'all, even though I'm not a big man on labels. The Mooners. Yeah, I can just see a bunch of people with their pants down though. Ooh, I don't know. That could be problematic. The Mooners. The Moonies, that's a religion. Gasp. But Moonsighters, Moonlighters, Moon Insiders, something like that. The Cubbies, that's bear, not moon, but yes. That would be kind of applicable. But yeah. Yes. We're going to give it maybe 2 to 5 more minutes, and then we're going to get started on the deal. Get started on the go. Do what we got to do. The Scouts. They got a trademark name for that. We got Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts. Cub Scouts. So yeah. So that'd be problematic. Moon Scouts. That sounds like I'd be like on like, you know, anime. Wasn't Sailor Moon a scout? They'd be knocking at my door. Why aren't you're taking away from us, man? You can't be a scout. You're a dude. You're an anime. Your eyes aren't 10 times bigger than your face. You're not animated. Well, some people would beg to differ on me being animated, because sometimes, out of nowhere, I become animated like a cartoon. It's kind of interesting, actually. This just feeding my producer's blooper reel folder. I shouldn't do that. She's paying attention. Ruh-roh, Ralph. She's taking it all. She's like, "Ooh, yeah, that was good. This is what I like." I know, see? Terrible. It's not planned. That's the whole point. It's not planned. She takes all the ridicularity of what I do, and then she throws it in a little folder. And then we have a meeting, and she goes, "Oh, look what I did." And all of a sudden, she throws this thing together, and I'm going, "Oh my goodness, I look like a total fool, like a total crazy person." And but it's funny. So at least I have creative control of allowing, approving, or not approving said things. Oh, you emailed me a new intro for the show for you to review. Oh, fantastic. That's lovely. That's smashing us. Or Sean Connery would say, "Oh, that's fantastic. I love it." Cool. I will definitely check that out post-show. Very cool. But yes, but welcome. I hope everyone's Thanksgiving was good. I hope that your holiday was filled with tryptophan and turkey and stuffing and cranberry sauce and ham and other yummy goodness. My Thanksgiving was consisting of turkey, ham, lasagna, stuffing, homemade cranberry sauce, potatoes, and then numerous absolutely delicious desserts, which is all kinds of pastry goodness, cakes and pies and whatnot. So it was really, really good. And rouge douce, which is sweet rice or rice pudding, as you all know. And also sweet bread. What else? Pumpkin pie, which is good. A little bit of everything. It was pretty awesome. Yes. So we're going to give it one more minute, and then we're going to jump in. Today's topic is going to be interesting. Well, I don't know about interesting. It's poignant. It's poignant and it's important because us as people during this time frame, we kind of go a little nutty, a little crazy, a little kooky, a little nutty during Christmas or the holiday shopping season. So this is what the topic is all about. It's about not going crazy, going shopping during the holiday season. So this is like a public service announcement. It's a PSA from Moonshadow, from me to you, from my heart to yours. Don't go crazy shopping. Don't go crazy. So yeah. So that's kind of the topic for today. It's about shopping and not going nuts during it. A tool, some tools, an insight on how to enjoy your shopping experience. I think that would be beneficial. Absolutely. Okay, I'm going to do a couple more minutes and we'll get this party started. How not to lose it during holiday. Yeah. I was going to title it How to Stay Zen While Christmas Shopping. But I didn't. There are two lists of things I want and things I need. Right. Yeah, so we're going to get into that. We're going to get into the meat of the matter, the heart of the matter, actually, about Christmas shopping, and all of that. And that will be good. Let's see here. I will give one more minute. I will just start. Because you never really know. Now, as we get closer and closer to Christmas, you never know who's going to pop in, who's going to show up, who's not going to show up. But this whole live thing is really for all of you. It makes things a little easier, and you guys get a bit of a scoop. Yes, it's never fun. That's why it's good once you are signed up. It's good. That in itself could be very nerve-wracking and mind-numbing. That's true. Three more minutes. We'll start at 5:25. We'll start at 5:25. Hey, John. Happy holidays, man. Yeah, that's true. And also, 3 more days till November is over, so then I could look not so old. Great to see you on too. Definitely. Hope your Thanksgiving was a good one. And also, we're looking at some new changes happening. We're looking at new trailers. We're looking at to keep you up on what's going on. Yeah, well, I can imagine. It wasn't. Holidays aren't always easy. And there's always an added level of stress, I think, in the holiday. Especially now, because we'll get into that. But into the time of good among men. No, that's terrible. Oh, so holidays are going to be very difficult for a while, because I know when my father passed, it was and especially when you was a parent. You know, when you lose like a long lost relative, it's a little different. But when you get a loss so close to home, that's really the hard part. So I know that holidays drastically changed when my father passed away, and I was 17 at the time. So you can imagine. So even as an adult, when a parent passed away, you you're beside yourself. You still can't figure it out. Like, I've known adults that their parents weren't getting along, or a parent had passed, or a parents had gotten divorced, and they revert back to being children again. Well, you can reach out anytime, man. You know you can. Just reach out. And as crazy as things are on this end, I'd reach out to you the best I could. Absolutely. But I'm sorry for your loss. I know that it must be tough, and I know from knowing you, all the years I've known you, I know that family hasn't always been the easiest. So this just adds a little bit to it. Oh, you've been keeping up with the show? Oh, that's cool. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. You come from... we come from old extended family, really, if you think about it. Because back in the day, before live streaming, before social media, before all of that, we had CB radios. So now I'm really showing my age now, other than this silver. And we were a pretty tight-knit group. And there was a lot of stuff that went down back then. So, yeah, CB. So, if you think about it, like, even way back then, it was not much different. So you figure pre-Facebook, pre-MySpace, all of that. You figure people from all over the world and your own location getting together and being able to talk to each other. I remember being able to talk to people from all over the place, which was really, really cool. I'd be like, oh, what's your location? Someone would be like, oh, I'm from, such and such state or whatever. That was crazy. So, yeah. That was pretty neat. But, yeah, I'm very sorry for your loss. And I know there's not a whole lot that I could do, but, if you need to talk or anything, you just reach out, man. Absolutely. All right, we're going to give 2 more minutes. We'll start at exactly 5:30. And also, too, John, there's a description on this page for a survey for Inside Moonshadow merchandise. And also, upon purchasing said merchandise, a percentage of that will go towards the charity of my choice. So, as soon as you order it, before you even receive it, a percentage of that, the proceeds, are going towards a charity. And it's not even it's towards the profit. So I'll give up a portion of my profit, which isn't a ton, but give a portion of what I would make and put it towards charity, because I believe in giving back and putting back into the world. So, and there's a ton of different charities. So I'm not sure if it'll be like the Humane Society or Children's Cancer or something, but it's going to be a very profound charity. So every single thing that you purchase, coming from the site that we're choosing to use, will the proceeds will be, a percentage of it will go towards, a charity. So that makes me feel good too. And you get to walk around with some merch, whether it be, we're not sure. So this is why the survey is on my Insight with Moonshadow page on Facebook, as well as oh, okay. So you loved the one you put together. It was so great. Yeah. Well, coming up, we have a newer edited show, which will be coming up. We have to finish editing and putting it together. But that's coming up, so stay tuned for that. Yeah. But inside the Moonshadow page, we have the survey there, and we also have the survey in the description here on today's show on YouTube as well. So click it. It's anonymous, so I don't know who did it or not. It's just to give us an idea. Yeah, well, we're working on it. So there may be an ending of the Boston hat. I know. I'm a little sad. Because this is like the hat that's been around the world with me. So, but I'm not a Boston Red Sox. More like I'd be like an honorary mascot person that just wants to like root for the team. But yeah, so a lot of new things are coming around the pike. We're looking at merchandise and all these other things, which will be pretty amazing. So all right, let's get this party started. It's now 5:31, and we'll start. Welcome to Inside the Moonshadow. I'm Moonshadow. I'm a Integrative Holistic Therapist, CHI-vangelist, and overall wanderlust bitten world traveler. Someone that loves to go around the beaten the trail, as well as help, change in the world or helping people, one conversation at a time, and most of the time ending in even a hug. So it's something that I enjoy doing, and traveling and living out of a bag is pretty damn awesome. It can be stressful, it can be hectic, it can be crazy, but yet it is still an adventure. So you never know what could happen. Now, before we start the show today, welcome to the final days of November. Henceforth, while I look like that I'm out of the forest, within the next 3 days, I'm still thinking about what charity to give some money towards. Usually it's towards cancer, because I had some of my loved ones that passed because of cancer, but I'm not sure about this year. So, but yeah, so hopefully by next week I will be a more coiffed Moonshadow. Yes, it's not the destination; it is the journey, and it absolutely is the. It's more than just a destination; it is a journey, and I can honestly say that it's been quite a journey so far. I'm not even talking about the show. I'm talking about just life. Life specifically has been quite a journey, and to be able to make it to this point with some of the things I've seen and experienced is a godsend, to be honest with you, because I've seen quite a lot of things. But definitely looking at also in the tab of new news for Inside Moonshadow, we have a survey in the description, and also as well on social media and on the Insight with Moonshadow FB page, Facebook for all you people that don't know FB, and it's there also, but it's also in this description here on my YouTube channel. So please feel free to look at it, because the survey is regarding merchandise, on what you specifically would like in merchandise, whether it be cups, mugs, totes, hats, t-shirts, v-necks, crew necks, socks. There's even been talk about Inside with Moonshadow onesies. Yes, I said onesies, which is possible. So definitely fill out that survey, and it would be fantastic, because then that way they'll give me an idea of what you all would really, really want and like, and go from there. So there's even cup koozies. There's like crazy stuff that you could do with merch nowadays. There'll definitely be stickers as well, and many other things. So hoodies, non-hoodies, just straight up sweatshirts, all of that. Which, there you go. Oh my God. And so Moonshadow, perfect for holiday gifts, just saying. Oh, see, now this is why Ariel is on Team Moonshadow as well. She's always on the ball with ideas, which is great. So, now speaking of holidays, speaking of Christmas, hopefully everyone's Thanksgiving was great. I know that there have been some loss in some of our lives, and for that I send my love and my appreciation and celebration, because ultimately people that pass, when they do pass, they want to be celebrated. They don't want to be mourned. Mourning is sad. Most people that I've ever known, they want to be celebrated for how they lived, not how they died. Just a little moonshine in there for you. So remember all the good things for the people that have passed, for all the family members, extended family, anyone that has passed on. May your next part of your journey be amazing. But on with the show topic for today. Now, of course, the first thing you hear pre-Thanksgiving is, of course, Black Friday, Cyber Monday, Wacky Wednesday, Terrific Thursday, or whatever, Fantastic Friday, or whatever it is, Super Saturday, Super Sunday, 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 all these promotions and things. Well, this is where it comes down to the meaning of actual Christmas. And I'm not going to get all biblical on you or anything like that. However, ultimately, oh, excellent. Thank you very much, John. Appreciate it. John, finish the survey. The Inside of the Moonshadow merch survey. Thank you very much. But see, now Christmas was even though wise men gave our soon-to-be Jesus, prophet, messenger, gifts for his birth. Also, too, you have the Vikings that also, and the pagans that also, nice, Michael, that also celebrated Christmas in a certain way. Santa Claus or Saint Nicholas was also Father Christmas, was also considered Odin, believe it or not. Odin is the original Santa Claus, Thor's father. No joke. And I did also post those meanings and that history in my social media as well. But see, it's more than that. So looking at that from every perspective, what are the holidays really? Are the holidays this crazy commercial season where you have to get the newest gadget or gizmo? You have to run out and be in front of the mall at 4:30 in the morning to get that big screen TV. Not really. Of course, it was a way and a method to utilize commercialism and get people to shop. And of course, in true Christmas spirit, receiving gifts are a wonderful thing. And it is a wonderful thing to receive a gift. But I can also say that giving a gift or giving something to someone is incredibly rewarding. It's just an amazing thing to watch someone receive something that you took time and you were mindful in finding just the perfect thing for them. Right. And also, as Michael's saying, better to give than to receive, and it doesn't need to be things. And I agree completely. No different than many of the children in my family, also adding my godnephew and my niece, I have spoiled them incredibly with affection, with attention, with, just who I am with them, as opposed to spoiling with things, quote unquote things, you don't really, we all need things. We all need, to function. We all need gadgets and gizmos and things to make life a little easier, more convenient and all that. However, ultimately, if you really, really, truly think about it, it's less about a need for things and more a connection or a gathering of people that matter. There are a few people that I know that go out and do random acts of kindness. Countless things on social media I see. People just going out and giving away things. Taking care of families that don't have. That's less about commercialism and more about, honestly, about the children, really. But ever since, the children in my family, since I'm one of the elder kids, per se, not anymore, kind of, maybe a little, don't judge me, but I think that in the spirit of things, I think it was not just about things. It was always about the gathering of people, and it starts on Thanksgiving. Now, just in my family and my clan alone, not everyone showed up to this Thanksgiving, and there were about 35 of us. And we took a picture. It was also on my social media as well. But you know, that could be easily 50 or more, 50 plus people at any given family gathering. But see, that's what it's really all about. That's what's really what the holidays mean to me. Now, granted, I'm not judging or being critical of anybody else. If you all shop with your family, that's cool. I believe that any activity that you do within reason, that you do with family, is amazing. It's the way to do it. So no judgment there. But as Michael's saying, lots of charities do special things for those in need during this time of year. And it's true. And also, too, this is a side note. Not really a side note. Kind of a side note. This is the time of goodwill. Goodwill towards men. This is where people are supposed to put aside all of their angst. This is when they're supposed to put aside all of their anger, difficulties, differences, and be good spiritual people. Whether it's good spiritual people, good religious people, good Catholic, Christian, or whatever denomination that you use or believe in this time, because it's the time of goodwill. Unfortunately, I'm also going to say it's the time of the a-hole. And yes, I did say a-hole. There are a lot of people that get stressed out during the holiday. So this is why the topic today has come about. The topic today is about not going insane while you're Christmas shopping, while you're out there, because there are a lot of people out there. The stress level has increased drastically. So if you think it's bad now, hit Black Friday. And yes, as a side note, I have not shopped Black Friday yet, and I will not. It's too hectic, and being an empath, feeling all that energy is not crazy. It's not good for me. So a lot of times, as Michael's saying, use Happy Holidays. I will use Happy Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, whatever. I will input said holiday there. Why? Because holidays matter to everyone in one way, shape, or form. So Happy Holidays. Now, was I a big? Did I believe in calling a Christmas tree a holiday tree? Not so much. Let's not split hairs. That was kind of crazy. However, in this world of being overtly politically correct, or overtly correct to the point where you have to watch every single thing you say, and now we're seeing this every day, especially in the news, we are overly concerned, which is problematic. Or some people just aren't concerned at all. Look high on the hierarchy of the I should not be in power folder or level. However, but a lot of stress is happening during this Christmas season. So starting Black Friday, I did not hear of any harm that came to anybody. No one was harmed during this Black Friday. I didn't see any news regarding anyone being harmed or stampeded or stepped over or beat up during this Christmas season yet. So I'm hoping that it has not happened. But I know in past Christmas seasons, I did remember hearing about older senior citizens getting trampled to death during Christmas, the time of goodwill, which is crazy. Now, John, you have to put that back up for me because it goes by so fast. So unfortunately, chat goes by so quickly. But I do like to share everyone's input and chapters of their story as well. So yeah, going back and this is not just an isolated incident. It wasn't just one. So grandma got run over by a reindeer is legit. It wasn't a reindeer. It was hockey moms. Okay, St. Teresa and I went to Walmart on Thursday night just before 6, and they started in the sale. First time, she'll never do that again. Exactly. I did 2 years. I did 2 years of going to Christmas shopping, and you know what? Never, ever again. It's not worth the sale. It's really not worth it. But we're going to get into some tips and tricks and Moonsight on how to brave the Christmas season. Yes, and people can go from extremes for sure, from being super mindful, overtly mindful, and to be an a-hole. You're absolutely right, Michael. That's true. That's very true. So now we find ourselves having to shop, having to put into the critical position of finding that elusive gift for people on our list. Now, there are some families that no longer give. The adults no longer give to each other. And that's my family. We give to the kids now. So, some families have decided that the season about the gift giving, they'll give a little something, stocking stuffers or Yankee swaps or something like that. But people are starting to realize, a lot of families that I know and people that I know, it's less about the gift and it's more about let's just get together and drink wine and hang out and have hot toddies and have a meal together. And honestly, I think that's really the spirit of the holidays, is giving. Not receiving, but giving. Volunteering yourself. Give, used coats or new coats for that matter. And I've done both. Go through, in fact, I know multiple families, and I believe even within my own family, they also do that as well, is that kids will go through still new, still high quality toys and things that they no longer need or want, and give them up for other children. See, this is the whole point of it. This is the whole spirit of Christmas. This is what it was meant in the first place. It wasn't about going to any particular store, insert store here, and getting the biggest thing and the baddest thing, so people hold you high upon the, oh my God, list of wonderment, But really what it's really, really, truly all about is, and I do enjoy giving gifts too. I enjoy giving gifts, but it's a little different. And this is the start. This is the start of it. We'll start with the tips and tricks. Tips and tricks now of staying sane in the Christmas holiday. One of the things that makes Christmas or the holidays better is actually, and this is work, by the way. This is not the easy peasy gift cardy way of just sending money, throwing money in a card, or giving them a gift card, because anyone receiving a gift would probably like to know that you were thoughtful of them. So if you must buy gifts, and if you want to do that, and you want to do a whole holiday shopping thing, think about the person specifically. Think about what they like, what their interests are. And then when you do that, then you can find out. So say, for example, if you know someone that really loves books, it would be so easy to just go to a bookstore. Yeah, I probably should. I'll leave that up to I'll leave that up to my producer. It's just more work for her. I'm so sorry. But think about the person. So the first tip is really think about the person and their interests. So I believe, and this is just my take on things, that a gift certificate is a last resort That's like that that in emergency break glass type thing, right? So gift certificate should be the last thing. And sorry, not sorry, Ariel. Sorry, not sorry. You're not tied to this. You can walk away. Not that you would, but so gift certificates should be last on the list. Okay. So, but they should be a last resort. But be mindful of the person. So if you know someone who's really into books, you could, in a very wonderfully sneaky kind of way, check out their library. If they're one of those people that love the bestseller list, look at the bestseller list. Look at what they have and not have. Have a conversation with them. Say, oh, did you hear about the newest book? Like, for example, a movie that, now a show that's out now is American Gods, right? So I have not seen one episode of American Gods because I don't have stars. But I prefer reading books anyway, the majority of the time, especially when it's something epic like that. So I heard it was an amazing book. So I now have that amazing book, right? But see, would I want to receive the book The Art of the Deal, author, probably written by a ghostwriter, I'm sure. Would I want a copy of that? Actually, I had a copy of that in my hand when I was at Christmas Tree Shop and almost vomited a little bit. But that would not be a book that I would want. However, so think about the person. Think about what their interests are. Think about what they like. Are they an earthy, crunchy person? Are they someone that enjoys reading or enjoys gadgets or enjoys, like, for example, my grandfather, may rest in peace on my mom's side, he was an amazing person and he loved gizmos and gadgets. Loved them. So I would go out of my way to go looking for the oddest, weirdest, unique, but useful. Yes, oddest, weirdest, unique, but useful gadget that he would appreciate. The last gift before he had passed on, and I have, there's a story attached to this. There's always a story attached to my stuff, but sorry, not sorry. But was a crank radio, a solar-powered crank radio by Coleman. That was the brand name. So what I ended up happening was I ended up buying this solar-powered crank radio for my grandfather. Now, my grandfather loved that radio. We have electricity, people. We have electricity. But he loved the fact that he had to be more mindful when he wanted to listen to radio. And he used that radio consistently and all the time. He would sit there and he'd crank up that radio, zing, 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 get the radio going. And every half hour, you'd have to crank it for 2-3 minutes to hear half hour worth of music or AM. He used to listen to AM a lot too. But the fact was he loved it, loved that radio. Now, just in looking for a gift for him, probably I clocked in a good amount of time, but it was so worth it to see his face when he got it. He loved it. He was amazed. How do you find these things? He was really, really touched that, I went out of my way. And again, it's really not about acknowledgement of you're awesome. It was just the pleasure on someone's face when you give is just an amazing thing. So needless to say, his radio stopped working. And me being a sentimental person, after he passed, I had contacted the Coleman Company, and I had said, well, I went, my grandfather had passed on, but he loved his radio, and I'm sentimental about this radio, and unfortunately it doesn't work anymore. And would it be possible for you to send me another? They sent me the newest version of that radio that they had, which was really, really cool. And to this day, I still use it. Every now and then, I'll still crank that radio up. And lately, to be honest with you, it's been really good with power outages, too. So, again, weird, strange, but useful gizmo gadget. And my grandfather loved it. I remember getting this really, really cool booklight one year. And he really loved the booklight because he enjoyed reading the paper, and I even made it in such a way so he could use the booklight with the newspaper. So I fabricated some form of support system where he could use this support system gadget thing that I created, so he could read the paper with a booklight later at night. But see, this is really what it's all about here. So be mindful and thoughtful of what the person's interest is. If you're going to get them a gift, think about what their likes and dislikes are. Think about that. Not everyone wants something. Okay, here's tip number 2. Not everybody wants something practical. So this is more specific towards significant others. I'm sure your wives do not want the latest power drill. That's selfish, unless they're Martha Stewart or they're Amy Matthews. I think her name is Amy Matthews. Or they're on the HGTV as a contractor. They don't want a power drill. That's what you want. So, power drills, toasters, microwaves, that's a big no. Unless that's something that they would really like. So, I'm not going to say, hey, I would really love a subscription to Sports Illustrated. I'm going to gift that to my wife. Unless she really likes Sports Illustrated, it shouldn't be a gift towards her. It should be a gift towards you. But this is part of it. This is part of it. So you should now, not everybody. So on this tip, it would be labeled as not everybody wants a practical gift. Not everybody wants a practical gift. Sometimes in this crazy world we're in, you work really, really hard. Sometimes you want a frivolous gift. Sometimes it's just nice to have something that you'd love to get that you wouldn't normally buy for yourself. And it may not be a vacuum. It may not be a leaf blower. And yes, and it's very true. Michael, it's very, very true. And it causes marriage problems. And you could be sleeping on the couch if you buy your wife, unless she specifies, oh, honey, I would so love a Dyson or love a leaf blower this year or a riding lawnmower. Unless they specify, don't get them a practical gift. John's like, I gave my wife a vacuum and she gave me a kick in the... Yeah, does that count as giving? Yeah, she gave you something. She surely gave you something back. Yeah. But see, that's the whole point of it, though, is that... And you probably meant well, John. You probably meant well, However, that's like, as an example, one year I gave my sister... Well, yeah, okay, now, Ariel just say, any woman who puts her husband on the couch, if you don't give them what they want, is ridiculous. Yes, but you are a level-headed woman. Some people aren't level-headed. I'm not even talking about just women. I'm talking men could be not level-headed either. So there you go. You know what I mean? It happens. But the thing is this, though. Like, for example, one year I'd given my sister fitness equipment. Now, I did lay down a disclaimer because she was very much into being healthy and all that good stuff, and I wanted her to try some new things. So I was like, hey, I know that you're trying to get more fit. This is why I wanted to preemptively describe why I gave you this gift. It wasn't in any way, shape, or form a judging way. I just think it'd be really cool, and I think you'd really like it. So she did like it. She didn't take it the wrong way, but people could have. People could have. So luckily, it wasn't in a lose column. It was in a win column. But this is also part of it too. Some people are so no practical gifts unless you know that person would really, really love to have that. I know another person in our wonderful Inside of the Moonshadow family, for the longest time, wanted a gravy boat. You know who you are once you see this replay. And she got her gravy boat. Actually, I think she got 3 gravy boats. But the thing is this. But she truly, absolutely wanted a gravy boat. So that's cool. You know, I don't think it was even during the holidays either. I think she just received it because that's just how this extended family runs. We know someone that needs something, and we just provide. So no practical gifts unless you know the person would truly want it and truly appreciate it. Now, tip number 3. Not everyone's going to tell you that they don't like their gift. As a matter of fact, most people don't. Henceforth, the ugly sweater. Henceforth, the knitted toaster koozie. Aunt Matilda. Right? Now, John's saying, this year I was smart. I got her tickets to the ballet to see the Nutcracker, and she's never been to a ballet. See, that's what I'm talking about, John. Good. Attaboy. This is what I'm talking about. You decided to do something that was out of the box different. You know she's never been. You know she'll probably really enjoy it, or hope she really enjoyed it. And I got fingers crossed for you, brother. I hope that she really enjoys it, and I'm sure she will. To go and see the Nutcracker, to see ballet. That's phenomenal. I think that's fantastic. And Ariel is saying, I don't understand sweaters or koozies for cups. It keeps it warm. But I understand your confusion, and I am confused. Certain things don't need a toaster koozie. But hey, when you knit, you go crazy a little bit. I know people that go crazy knitting, and they go so crazy that they make everything. They make hats, they make gloves, they make scarves, and then before you know it, they make, all kinds of... Yeah, it is. She's ecstatic the show is December 23rd. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. But see, this is the thing. So that's part of it. That's part of the whole mystery, the great mystery of holiday season. So no practical gifts unless they really, really would want them. And also the next tip is not everyone is going to like their gift. Okay, and they're not going to tell you they like or dislike their gift. They're going to just deal with it because it's kind of lowbrow to say, "Oh, well, thanks." That it's kind of lowbrow to accept something and then kind of bitch and moan about it. That's kind of wrong, to be honest. The person may not know you, but if they gave you a gift, it's a gift, and you should just graciously accept, and that's that. Henceforth, tip number 4: always leave a gift receipt, a way that they can return their gift anonymously, so your feelings and ego isn't hurt, and they still get something that they like. So there's another little tip and trick for you. Now, I have not had anyone, knock on wood, return anything yet, but I take a lot of time. I take a lot of time in trying to find gifts for people. And I will honestly say that Santa's been pretty the past few years. So being creative is really important. So that in itself should be another trick, tip and trick too, is be creative. Right? Now John, I'm glad you said that. I don't return gifts, I just rewrap them. All right, well, guess what? There's another tip for you. Regifting, depending on the gift, might be wrong. You do not want to regift something that someone will recognize. That's bad. That's bad. So be careful with that. If you regift something and give it back to, say, Auntie Sally, and Auntie Sally is the one who gave you the gift in the first place, ruh-roh, that's not a good thing. That's a tough deal. Yes, that could be problematic. She was like, wait a minute. I remember this. I bought this for you. And you're like, oh, shit. But yes. Now, that makes it a point on to the next bit of it, because Ariel just mentioned she likes making gifts. I will tell you this, and this is an amazing thing. And yes, Michael, regifting can be dangerous. It can be, for sure. So be watchful of that, John, on the regifting thing. Some regifting, some regifts, as you can say, can be really good ones. They're not your cup of tea, your type of thing, but someone else you know may really, really enjoy it. So in that case, regifting is kind of nice. Just make sure it's not old or something that's really like not cool. Now moving on. Ariel had mentioned she likes making gifts. Now, so this the next tip here. I'm losing count on them, so I'm just going to throw them out there. Is handcrafted stuff is amazing, amazing. I'm not even kidding. It's amazing. I have always loved handcrafted stuff, handwritten, handmade, handcrafted, unique mom and pop stuff. I've always appreciated. Why? Because it took extra mindfulness for the person to go out to that little mom and pop shop to get it. They really thought of me because of something that I really, really liked. All of those things. Now, granted, in my case, I enjoy giving, and receiving is great, but giving, just knowing that someone really enjoys what you've given to them, to me is a really, really huge. It's a big boost for me. I love it. I love the energy. I love that stuff. So now, in the event of making gifts, gift baskets or handmade gifty things, fan-freaking-tastic. No one dislikes that. Very few people. I have not met one person that didn't like a gift basket. Now, say for example, you know someone that really likes, say, whiskey. You send them a gift basket. You know, it's a bottle of whiskey, maybe a couple of whiskey glasses with some crackers and wine and cheese or whatever it may be. All the accoutrements of what would go into that to make their experience of opening up that gift amazing. Amazing gift. It doesn't take a lot, and to be honest, it doesn't cost a lot either. Sometimes, so a gift basket sometimes could be the thing. Or you can also, another thing that's really good gift for, just a suggestion, some people that like drinking wine, you can give them a wine of the month club or a beer of the month club, or something where the gift keeps on giving and giving and giving for a long amount of time. Or it could be a subscription to a magazine that they particularly like, Book of the Month Club or something like that. See, there you go. A gift basket from Fredericks. Not a problem. And you will also be the recipient of said lovin' too, I'm sure. So that's fantastic. Now and going back, John, to what you were saying about getting her tickets to the Nutcracker, right? Who doesn't, two people and a couple, who doesn't enjoy something that brings them together, that allows them to spend time together. So here's another great, amazing gift. Now, I'm not going to say tickets to a movie. People don't talk during a movie much. You want to watch the movie, right? So theoretically, it just doesn't work. If you want to see the movie and talk about it afterwards, that's cool. But for the most part, you go to watch a movie to watch a movie. Most of the time. Most of the time. There are moments that you don't. Just saying. Without. This is a PG show. Or it's not R. What's the next one up? PG-13? Anyway. Yes, Nutcracker. Yes. But doing something or gifting something to someone, like an event. Gifts, as John is here, gifting tickets to the Nutcracker. That's amazing. Also, there's I know quite a few people that they usually go to see the Trans-Siberian Orchestra. Phenomenal show. So this is also going to a play or a theater or doing something that's really, really nice. Yes, Trans-Siberian Orchestra. That's also there. I've never been live, but the music is amazing. But this is something where, there's that. Going to a play, doing something that you and that special someone can do together. Again, not a power drill. Reminder, not a power drill, a toaster, or a vacuum. But doing something that you can do together. Now, if you're in the process of, say, for example, in the process of the power drill, whatever. Say you're a couple that does fixer-uppers. You flip houses. Totally different. Your wife may want the newest power tool, or she may like that a shop vac or whatever, which would be fantastic. But that's part of it. So if you do something that incorporates wanting to do it together, whether it be with your family or with your significant other, that is really, really awesome. Because now it's not just a gift, you're doing something that it's a thoughtful way of bringing people together. Like board games. Nowadays, it's video game systems, but when I was younger, board games were pretty awesome. Like Clue and Life and Sorry and Monopoly and those board games. They were great. They used to be game night. A lot of families used to have game night, where they just play together, be board games, or movie night, watching a movie. And I still know some families that do movie night, which is fantastic. And I applaud them for doing so. So that's important. Now, of course, one of the big gifts the big go-to gifts is giving someone the newest, technological device, like the newest smartphone or the newest tablet or computer or things like that. Not a bad idea, but, if the person really wants it, likes it, needs it, that's cool. So really, that's really all that matters. It's really thinking about what the person really, really would like and if they enjoy it. Now for the next tip, price. There are some people on the planet that believe the more money I spend, the more acknowledged and the more appreciated I'm going to be. I can tell you from my standpoint, it's not about the money. It's really about the time that you spent on each person to find them the perfect gift. So if you're going to shop for someone, you find the perfect gift for them. It doesn't matter if you spent $1. It doesn't matter if you spent $1,000. It really doesn't matter. It really matters what the gift is. Like, I actually know people that have received incredibly expensive gifts and weren't really happy. They were like, this isn't even a gift that I usually like. I know they spent a lot of money, but I would have preferred something else, something simpler. So this is part of it too. So it's not necessarily about the money or about the value of how expensive the gift is as well. Because, like I said, I got my grandfather a booklight. He was to the moon and back over it. Love that booklight. I didn't spend more than I think under $10 for the booklight. But I knew that was something he would totally dig and love. So again, it's really not about how much you spend. It's really about how much time and effort and mindfulness you put into getting that gift to that certain person, if they're really special for you. Now, of course, if it's like an office swap thing and they give you stipulations where you have to spend X amount or less, well, don't try to one-up anybody. Stick to that, and that just gives you a challenge on what to get. How are you going to get that for them? Get something quality under that price range. It's a journey. It's an adventure to do that. So in that case, if it's and then we'll move on to that tip. If it's something where it's an office party, where you're getting stuff for people that you don't really truly know, go with kind of the safe bet. Kind of try to learn about their character. Look around their desk or their cubicle. Kind of look around and kind of give a little quick scan of what you see. If you see they say, there's a lot of pictures in their office, their family members, maybe a nice frame. There you go. If you know that they like plants, maybe a nice plant for their office. Again, it's really about finding the proper or the best gift for that specific person. And they will appreciate it time and time and time again. And they'll remember you for it too. And if last resort, of course, break glass gift certificate. Now, there are 98% of the people in the world love coffee. So if you're getting something for an office person, an office mate, Yankee swap, someone you don't really know, then you can go ahead and do a gift card to, Target or Walmart or Macy's or Bed Bath and Body or Bath and Body Works or whatever it is, or Dunkin' Donuts, Starbucks, or any one of those particular stores. Yep. And of course, and Michael, you're one step ahead of me. Thank you very much. Also, too, with the onset of a lot of online shopping, which takes so much stress away from someone, because you can literally, how dare I bring up Starbucks? I'm so sorry. And Panera too. Panera is also very, very good because you can get a meal and coffee, which is really, really good. But with the onset of online shopping and making other businesses being put on notice to be more reasonable in their prices of their own products, henceforth why Black Friday, Thrifty Thursday, Wacky Wednesday, Cyber Monday, etc., etc., etc. I can go on and on and on. This is why I'm not out there on Black Friday. But you can give them an Amazon gift card. If they are a big online shopper, an Amazon gift card is amazeballs. Is amazeballs. Seriously. So thinking about that person. And also too, and Michael, that's awesome. Also, if they have an Amazon gift list, so they automatically, there's a gift list that you could go ahead and go in and go, ooh, wait a minute. I know that they would love this. It's in their wish list. So that's another way. So that's another tip. If you know of a registry or a wish list of some sort, that is a good way to figure out what that person would want, or need, or both. So that's pretty awesome thing, in my opinion. I think that works well, right? So looking at it from that perspective, so there's that. So Amazon gift card, that works out really well. So online shopping. Now, one thing about online shopping, people, this is one thing you need to think about. This is another tip, is be very leery or worry about, unless you absolutely positively, without a doubt, know, since returning gifts online might be a little sketchy at times. Not everyone has a good customer service policy. Be aware of shoes and clothing, because unless it's going to fit them or fit them well, just be aware. Because I know there's like a dormy.com where you can send that special person lingerie, bra and panty set or whatever. That is a phenomenal idea. I think it's an awesome idea. However, be really, really careful and know the size of that person if you're going to get clothing or shoes or anything like that, because that's a lot more personal. It's a lot more personal with that. So in looking that, be aware of clothing. And then, again, that applies to the tip previously of gift receipt. That way the person can get the right size. That's really, really important. Now, here's another tip. And this is a tricky one. And this, I've actually been witness to this. Not personally, like I've witnessed it. It didn't happen to me, but I witnessed it. Was someone buying a gift for someone else and the size was a little smaller. And it was their way of offering encouragement. So, in that regard, I'm not even going to say there's a word for it. There's a sound effect. Don't do it. Just don't do it. Don't do it. Don't. That's a don't. Now you got some do's. Now you got some don'ts. Don't give a gift card right away, and don't intentionally go smaller on a size to someone or with someone, especially if that person is a few pounds more than they want to be. That could promote some imbalance and insecurities that we don't want to get into. So no. So that's also something that you want to not do. But I've actually witnessed that happen, and when that did happen, it came from a good place, but it could have been rethought. The intention could have been rethought again to say, oh, maybe I shouldn't. Like the question dies, this makes me look fat. Yes, exactly. So this is where you kind of want to be really, really careful about that. So now here's another tip. Long lines, and this is fact. Long lines, getting there early, all that stuff. Yes, you may be able to get a great deal on something, and certain high-priced things, i.e. big screen TVs, computers, smartphones, things like that, you may get a really good deal. But I will give you a little hint. A lot of times, you will get another deal again. It may be 60% off on Black Friday, but give it 3 days, it may be 50% off. So be aware that you don't necessarily lose if you don't go on Black Friday. And of course, Black Friday's already over, right? So we're already on Monday, the Monday after Black Friday. But there are going to be consistent, and because the economy the way it is, there will be consistent sales and deals and everything well up till Christmas. And then there are the deals after, and the sales after Christmas as well. Now, here's a don't. Be aware of delivery dates. Right? Now, today is Cyber Monday. So we're right on the cusp of Cyber Monday. So you can order things now, Cyber Monday. Now, be aware, so this is another tip, be aware of delivery times and days. if you know someone's birthday or Christmas or a holiday is coming up, sometimes it happens we can't change it. Sometimes we space it, whatever it may be. But be aware of the delivery date. If you want someone to receive their gift on Christmas, be aware of how long it takes, the shipping and handling of how long it takes to get that gift. But don't go ahead and blow the surprise and send them a picture of what you got them. Don't. You can send them a card prior to and say, hey, your gift is on its way. Merry Christmas. Happy birthday. Whatever it may be. Happy anniversary. Hopefully you don't forget your anniversary. That'd be bad. That'd also be Doghouse Couch approved something to do, is don't forget anniversaries or birthdays, especially if it's someone that really sticks on top of that stuff. So there you go. So now, looking at from that point of view, there's always going to be another deal, especially the way in this day and age, there's always a better deal. Now, also too, another tip is there are so many stores and places that will price match. Ask to see if they price match. So you can go ahead and find the best deal, maybe online, maybe another store. You bring it to a store and ask them, hey, do you price match? Because if they do, they're going to want your business. So they're going to say, yes, we will give it to you at that price because they want your money just as much as the other people that are giving you a good discount. So something to think about. So that's another tip for you for this holiday season. All right, well, you have a great dinner, and it was awesome seeing you, man. Thanks for coming in. Appreciate it. Always a pleasure. And don't be a stranger, and hope you have a wonderful, happy holiday. And tell Teresa I said hi, and you sent her a big hug and a kiss. Now, Michael's saying, I still remember my anniversary, even though I'm divorced, and my divorce date as well. See? There you go. That's kind of like, I wish I couldn't remember that date, but we do, right? We do remember that. It's unfortunate, but it's true. Now, the other tip, too, is this. Be aware. Oh, thank you, and I hope you have a blessed holiday as well. Another thing to be aware of is the other parts. Like, as an example, whenever I get a gift, I find that between the wrapping paper and the gift bags and the crepe paper and the card can almost sometimes match the price of the gift. No, I'm serious. Do the math. I remember buying recently a gift for my niece, and the gift wrapping and paper and stuff was like 50% of the gift itself, which was crazy. But presentation is everything, people. So remember that too. So another tip is stock up on wrapping paper, gift bags. You can get them at Big Lots. You can get them at little stores. You can even get them at the dollar store. And they're really nice too. So be a little bit frugal in getting, and just stock up on wrapping paper. You can do that anytime, but stock up, make sure you have enough wrapping paper, tape, gift bags, crepe paper, and all that. So last minute, you're not sitting in Target or Walmart getting gift wrapping and all that stuff. Now, Michael's saying he's a horrible gift wrapper. Now, I will say this, and I will proudly admit this. Sometimes my gift wrapping looks like a 2-year-old did it. It's true. And unless it's absolute square and perfect and all that, perfect for wrapping, then it could look professional. But if you get anything like weirdly shaped, odd shaped, or anything like that, clothing, things like that, unless it's in a box, it's going to be funky wrapped. Henceforth, why the tip, gift bags. Gift bags work really well. You fill crepe, you put crepe paper in there, you cover it up really nice, looks really nice, and there you go. So that's important. Now, another tip as well is looking at cards. If you're down to 2 cards, that's always my quandary, is coming down to 2 greeting cards. I always end up being the 50-50 situation, so most of the time I get both, just because it's just so much easier that way. But that does happen. So be thoughtful about the card. Be thoughtful of the person. And again, remember the tip before about being mindful about thinking about the person. Is the person a humor person? Do they like humorous cards? Does the person like sentimental, mushy gushy I love you cards? That'd be good too, depending on the person. So think about that person. Think about their character, their characteristics, who they are, what their personality is like, and then buy the card accordingly. And when in doubt, buy a blank card. I'm a big fan of blank cards because that way I can put my caring or encouraging or loving or humorous words in it myself. Again, going back to the handcrafted, handwritten, hand-given, handmade category. So, there are like so many different tips that you can probably get and receive, and I can probably go on for a while longer, but we're going to summarize. We're going to summarize a bit. During this holiday, the holidays are truly meant for gathering, and truly meant for remembrance, and truly meant for honoring the people that are still with us, as well as the people that have passed. Christmas is meant for that. It's meant for our ancestors. It's meant for our family. It's meant for our loved ones. It's meant for the children. It's meant for everything. And even though I've gone through all these tips and tricks about shopping, the real true gift is the gift of you. Giving of yourself, of your time, volunteering for a soup kitchen, giving to families that don't have. Please do. Because it doesn't matter how much a family makes. Sometimes that moment in time, watching a child open up a gift is a pleasure within itself. So giving of yourself, and this is probably the biggest tip out of it all, is give you. Give part of you. Whether you're shopping for a gift, whether you're making a gift, whether you go tirelessly go through store to store to find the perfect gift for that person, the gift of you is so much more important. The gift of gathering, the gift of family, extended family, blood family, and adopted families. The gift of love, the gift of goodwill. All those things are so important this time. If you're on the road and if you're stressed, don't be an a-hole in the road. Be kind and actually give and be the light out there. There's so many people out there that are just stressed out and they don't know how to handle things. So be as kind as you possibly can and promote goodwill. It doesn't matter what denomination you go by. It doesn't matter if you're religious or spiritual. It doesn't matter if you're agnostic. It doesn't matter if you're atheist. Just don't be a jerk. Enjoy the Christmas holiday and don't frown upon other people's beliefs. Don't demean other people. Don't talk down other people. If you choose one time a year to be good to people, now is a good time. Because you get good karma out of it. So if you really, really think about it, the biggest and best gift is the gift that you could give. The gift of you. The gift of your respect. The gift of your acknowledgement. The gift of your honoring your family. The gift of love. and I'm a big subscriber to unconditional love, so just love just because. That's really important. So in your travels, in your shopping through all this insanity that we call Cyber Monday and Black Friday and all this other stuff, it's good to be a good person. And as Michael's saying, anybody can be a jerk. It doesn't matter what denomination, and it's true. I've met a lot of people that are really devout in their religion, and they could be not so nice. Now, I can tell you, doesn't matter what God you decide to acknowledge, but I don't think any deity would subscribe to casting someone down or not giving them love. But that's just my opinion. But above and beyond, and above and beyond all of this, the holidays are really, really important. Giving of yourself, helping others, and promoting goodwill and promoting good juju, and keeping people in your prayers. That's really what's really important. Lift people that need to be lifted. Encourage people that need encouragement. And love people that don't necessarily think they're lovable. If you do that, now you're starting to see what the spirit of this holiday is truly, truly all about. So on that note, we're going to close down the broadcast for today. Hope you got something out of these tips and tricks. I know this is from a lot of experience myself in losing my mind every year for a long time. And sometimes it's just a better way to do things. So I hope it all helped. And I am grateful and I appreciate all of you for being here. It's always a pleasure being here live. This is why I do it. All of you inspire me to continue doing my weekly show every week here on YouTube. And I appreciate and love all of you for being here and being part of my extended family. Because to me, all of you are very much like extended family and friends. Just by watching the replays, coming live, sending a comment, saying hello, shooting a message on my social media, all that's really, really important. So I appreciate you all for that. So as I say every week, be strong, be amazing, and most of all, be you. Talk to you again soon. See you next week. And look out. And if you haven't done it yet, subscribe down there. And if you want to be notified of the show, definitely click on the little bell. That will tell you when I'm live or when there's a new upload. There's a lot of edited shows that are going to be uploaded very, very soon. Watch out for them. Stay tuned. Also, stay tuned for the West Coast Wanderlusts Journeys is coming up. That will be uploaded soon, as well as fill out the survey for Inside with Moonshadow merchandise, which a portion of that, of the proceeds, do go to a charity. And I can promise you that wholeheartedly, that they will definitely go to a charity, and it will be a legit, good, solid charity. It's not going to be someone that throws all kinds of money towards administrative costs. It's going to go to the actual charity itself. I make sure of that. So, take care. Merry shopping. Merry meat. Good juju. Blessing to all of you. And don't go crazy. Enjoy the shopping holiday. And enjoy the spirit, the true spirit of goodwill and the holidays. See you soon.